3, 2, 1, here we go. When was the last time you sacrificed your queen in a game of chess? How do you completely and utterly blow open? How do you completely and utterly blow open your opponent by sacrificing a queen? Not only did Erigaisi, one of the best players in the world number 5 top player from India, sacrifice his queen in style. In this way, I'm going to explain exactly how he did it. Now I'm going to just reverse the game quickly so then I don't spoil anything else. Queen sacrifices are so beautiful. I mean, if you look at this position, 2 bishops here for both sides, and then white has a great kingside attack. Not only that, we're going to learn from the fact that Arjun plays the Queen's Gambit from the white side, and he played a fantastic opening. Let me just show you as I quickly reverse it. He basically becomes so aggressive with this move, g4. Right, let's take it from the top. You might be thinking, William, he's just spoiling the game. No, I'm not. There's a queen sacrifice at the end, destroying your opponent immediately. But how does he do it? So, you guys are still watching. What's the point of this video? You're going to learn how Arjun Erigaisi, one of the best players in the world, plays the Queen's Gambit from the white side. Not only that, you're going to learn how to generate a kingside attack, and then you're going to learn how to sacrifice just 4 pawns out of nothing, opening all the lines for your bishops, your 2 rooks, your queen, checkmate, sacrifice, job done. What a beautiful game chess can be. This is one of the best games I've ever seen in terms of sacrifices. Here we go. Erigaisi, 2778. You can see their ratings in the bottom right corner and the top right corner. He is playing a top grandmaster from Hungary, Peter Prohaszka. India versus Hungary. This game took place in the Olympiad 2024. Here we go. c4, e6. Knight c3, d5, and now we have d4. It's the Queen's Gambit, it's just a different move order. You could have gone d4, then c4. It's exactly the same. Just want to show you guys if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Queen's Gambit here. d4, d5, c4, e6, and then the knight can come to c3. Let me put down the board fully. You might be thinking, what's William doing? Well, it's exactly the same position. Erigaisi just chose a different move order. That is up to him. He might be avoiding a key setup from his opponent. c4. Knight c3, d5, d4, and now knight f6. We have the Queen's Gambit decline, knight f3. Black now plays bishop to e7, and then take, and then bishop f4. Move order can be very important. Maybe he knows he can play knight f3 here because he's avoiding the Rogozin. Bishop can come out to b4. Not only that, he knows his opponent will not play the Vienna. Or maybe he's inviting his opponent to place this really sharp line, which I've played a few times with black. b5, e5, and knight d5. A very sharp chess. This did not happen. Back to the game. Knight f3, bishop e7, and now take, bishop f4. Queen's Gambit decline with the bishop on f4. This is the London system Queen's Gambit. Knight h5, we hit the bishop, it drops back. This knight h5 move looks so strange, but black wants to win the bishop pair. Erigaisi says no, he actually drops the bishop back and now traps his own bishop. At the moment, the knight on h5 is offside. It comes back into the game, and now bishop d3. So, has this been an opening success? A little bit, because you know this bishop, it's normally outside the pawn chain. However, black has actually wasted a move to hit the bishop. It goes back, and now he's gone back to f6. Let's see what happens. Knight d7, normal way to set up. The 2 knights defend each other. Queen c2. Normal battery setup in the Queen's Gambit. Here we go. This is the first aggressive intention shown by Erigaisi. He wants to destroy his opponent right now. g4. What a cool move. You cannot take because you will lose. h7 with check. Knight e4. Fantastic move from his opponent. You have to give your opponent credit where it is due. This move looks like a blunder. The cool thing is Erigaisi saw this move straight away, because if we look at the clock times, I know you guys can't see it, but he basically spent 1 minute on h4. So he expected this move. After knight e4, the point, if you play this capture, then take. And now knight f6 is a fantastic move. You hit both. If you go bishop f5 to stop black getting the pawn back, then you take. If you take with the G pawn, the queen sits very well on d5. It doesn't even feel like black is down a pawn. If you take with the queen, now we can hit the queen. The queen can drop back, and then black actually gets the pawn back. Fantastic move. You must give your opponent credit when they play a great move, and then you adapt to the situation. But Erigaisi, he saw this anyway. Knight e4, h4. Rook e8, and now g5. Clamping down on the structure. This is a fantastic move, because do you remember knight f6 on the previous move was the reason he was able to play this move. Right, let's have a look. We are 5 minutes in. That's a good pace for this video so far. g5. We stop the knight coming in to defend e4. f5, great move. If you do now en passant, then this knight is just so strong in the center. En passant is the only move. Take. Take, and now I love this move, knight g5. There's so much central tension in this position. The position is opening up in white's favor. You cannot take this knight. There's no way you should ever take this. Every line is now opening up. You are just going to get blown open on the king side. This did not happen. Back to the game. After knight g5, h6, he actually encourages the capture, because in this kind of position, black is doing badly. Interesting. I might turn on the engine because I can learn something as well. If bishop f5, I think you just go f3 and the entire position collapses. Let me just make sure, because I need to learn something as well. After f3, then wherever the knight goes, you actually take that one. Let me just make sure, just to make sure. f3. If we take, I don't really mind which one you take. The point is to take that one. Let's have a look. Let's take that. Fantastic, good. And that knight is on a dumb looking square. You can't take because the knight will come back. And you can't go here because I think we just collapse. Bishop h7. Bishop h7. Brilliant. That will be checkmate. Fantastic. King here. Queen can actually come in here and it will be checkmate. If you go here, it's actually mate in one. Brilliant. Let's go back a few moves. So this is how I learn. I'm showing you how I learn from variations where maybe I don't see the move. Turn on the engine, ask it a question, and then go back to the game. Here we go. We are now back to the game. Erigaisi plays knight g5, h6, kick it away because this knight is too dangerous. Let me turn the engine off. White is now doing brilliantly. He's about to win a pawn. Take. Take. The knight actually comes back, and now we are up a pawn. These pawns. Please note there's going to be a queen sacrifice coming up. It's one of the most beautiful games I have seen in the year 2024. These pawns can keep rolling. Two bishops about to take over the position. Also, Erigaisi has 1 hour 8 minutes and his opponent has 10 minutes. This is ridiculous. And he's got a winning position. Bishop e6. Stopping white castle. Rook g1. What could be more normal? Bishop f6, and now he castles. This is an incredible moment where both pawns are hanging, the flank pawns, and Erigaisi says, I don't need any of it. It's like inspired by Alpha Zero. It's okay to give up your flank pawns because the ranks, the files, I mean, will open up. Just want to show you. Here, if take on h4, we can castle. That's the brilliant thing. If take, now you throw in a check, and then queen, and then rook g7. Absolutely stunning moment. So all these key moments, I'm going to add good quality annotations to the pinned comment below. You can always click on a timestamp and then refer to each key moment. This is one of them. Rook takes g7. Why? Why did he play this? Because after take, check. If the king hides in the corner, you blow open the position. So thematic to open all the lines. I love this kind of position, and you win. Bishop c3, there's no good way to stop that checkmate. It's game over. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant variation. Here we go. Right, back to the game. Rook g1, bishop f6. So really, his opponent, Peter, did not take it. Castle. Both flank pawns are hanging. I know I said it already, but it's just such a brilliant moment where, when analysing this game for the viewers, both pawns are hanging and you take it, you actually waste time. That's why Peter hasn't done it yet. Queen e7. Hit the rook, it moves. Bishop c3. a5, getting space. If it is black's move. 1, 2, 3, and then the bishop moves, and then 4, 5. Really, 5 moves away from creating something, but really, time is so important. White is the one in control. Let's have a look. We are 10 minutes in. Give me 3 to 5 minutes of your time, and I will show you the queen sacrifice explaining every move. Bishop f5. Let's trade those bishops. You can trade, but he took on a2, grabbing this flank pawn, but the reason it might not be good is because you are losing time. Rook g6. This move looks so strange. But the idea is threefold. 3 ideas. The rook can take on h6, which is coming up pretty soon, that idea. Rook can go to g1. You can double rooks on the g5 and now d5. That idea which we saw a few minutes ago. Open up the lines for the bishops. Checkmate. Job done. Beautiful game. Thank you very much. Rook g6. Rook f8. What could be more normal than bringing the rook to defend your f6 bishop? I mean, I cannot think of a more normal move. The other option was black to get some play. a4, bishop b3, a3, get some play. He did not play that. Rook g1. Double rooks. What could be more normal? And now rook h6 coming up, e4 first. Blow open. And the cool thing is, here, e5 is coming next, d5 as well. Really, the point of this move is actually to defend the bishop. Rook f7 is now played. It looks good. Well, good is a strong word. You're defending along your 7th rank. Queen d2. Few ideas. Queen sacrifice. Brilliant move coming up, which I will explain in depth. Queen d2, and also look in the center, red and blue arrows. We're going to push a pawn and try to open the lines. Diagonal pressure will be in favor for white. Queen f8. Clustered, really. Complete cluster, trying to hold on. The pressure's too much. A beautiful game by Erigaisi. Oh, also, the clock times are just ridiculous. 41 minutes for white and 37 seconds for black. My goodness. d5. Open up. That's why the previous move, that move was brilliant, because you defend the bishop and you open line for the other bishop. That bishop comes off and then you crash through. It's like, if this, you can just take. I wonder if rook h6 works. Nah, probably just take, and then that is actually checkmate because you're using the pin. And if you get out the way, well, actually that's a cool one because you're using the pin the other way. Brilliant variations. This did not happen. Let's go back to the game. Here, d5 played in the game by white. Take, and now e5. It's just so powerful. What's the point of this move? Get rid of the bishop off this diagonal, and then you go e6. So powerful. And now, this was the moment I mentioned a lot earlier. Both bishops have really wasted so much time by taking the flank pawns, the a and h pawns. When this happens, white has just bought himself so much time to just charge through. It's just a brilliant game by Erigaisi. e6. That's the point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This rook can take this bishop because you can crash through on g7. It's game over. That's the beautiful thing. Let me just show that line now. If rook takes bishop, queen h6. Why not? Which is coming up pretty soon anyway. Queen h6. And then we're going to take on g7. I just want to quickly show you that because it's really using the pin. And then absolutely crash through. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you very much. The guy makes chess look so easy, so simple, so beautiful. Let's go back a few moves here. So rook f6, good move, because you need to block the diagonal pressure. However, white's next move is brilliant. Look at this queen. It's got to defend along this diagonal. But white plays a sensational move in order to flick the queen away from that diagonal. He plays e7. In my opinion, I think that is probably the best move of the game. Not only that, it's really the plan of this. Here, do you remember a few moves ago? Pawn up, 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 deflect the queen, win a beautiful game. I mean, the whole game is just so strong from Erigaisi. But that is really the key idea that I love in this game. e7, you hit the queen, it moves. And now you sacrifice your queen in style. Ooh, it's just amazing, really. I think rook h6 also works, but queen h6 is better because then you get the 2 rooks and the 2 bishops just slicing the board. It's just absolutely incredible. The fact that this sacrifice works. You have to take the queen or else you just lose everything. You just lose it. I'll just show you fully. Here, you just take. Game over, which we saw before, really. The queen and rook just coming in. So if you don't take the queen, then the guy just goes through. That's what I just showed you. Take. And now you can take. Cross pin. That's what it's called. Cross pin. Take. Both. Double rook, double bishop. I might even put this as the thumbnail, because it's the truth. Sack the queen, and then double rook, double bishop checkmate. Absolutely beautiful. The king can't actually move. There's only one move. The black queen has to block, and then you checkmate anyway. This is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen. So much attacking style, so much attacking flair. Thank you so much for watching. My normal way to end these videos. Top left corner, Queen's Gambit to endgame mastery. We've just had a Queen's Gambit here. Top left corner is another Queen's Gambit game featuring another top grandmaster, Pragananda from India. Bottom left corner, I played a blitz game. Beat the Queen's Gambit, but how? This blitz game victory has 470 views. And one more, top right corner, how to play the Queen's Gambit opening fast. This is an intro video for those who want to learn the basics of the Queen's Gambit straight away. That is in the top right corner. Thank you so much. Which video will you watch? 1, 2, or 3?